it's David here. So I want to talk to you about a few steps that you could do when a cold call lead goes bad, meaning it's gone bad. You had a cold call lead, it looked good, and then it's gone bad. Something that all of us deal with. If I said this did not happen, I'd be lying. Let's talk about a couple different ways. I'm going to give you several tips that you can do that are going to be great bonus tips for you. But before I get there, do me a favor. If you've not subscribed to my channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Go ahead and click the subscription down below and click the notification link. I'd love for you to be one of my lucky winners. So many times I will call up a lead and I tell someone that they have money that they didn't know they had. The first thing, I like calling these golden nuggets in my video. The first golden nugget I want to give you is use the script. Hi, this is David Church. I'm trying to reach John Smith. John, I'm just calling you about the address on 123 Main Street. There was a Bank of America account that has gone dormant. It was a securities account. Are you familiar with this? Again, that's very business oriented. And then if it's John Smith or a relative, I'll even say it's for $30,563.98. And I'll give the details. That gives you a lot more credibility than if you call and say, hi, John Smith, did you know you have money that you haven't claimed yet? That sounds like some sort of scam, telemarketer, something like that. So it's weird because you're in a position where you have to have a mission, and your mission is to help people. And what's my goal with making this call with John Smith? Like what's my purpose? I'm not calling up the guy to find out how he is. I'm not going to ask him how he is. I'm not going to ask him what he's done today or how his day's going. I'm going to let him know that he has money. My goal is to get him paid and make a commission in the process. That's my goal. So when I go into the phone call, I need to have that first step, and that's your second golden nugget. So your first one is you're using the script. Your second one is he's got $30-something thousand. You want to get him paid, and you want to get paid in the process. And you're going to do what it takes to get him paid. And you shouldn't be afraid. Like in 2014, I was scared to death to call people and let them know that I wanted to buy their house. And then surplus funds, when I was getting into this, and I came across this and discovered it, I had a hard time calling people and saying, hey, did you know that you had money that you didn't know you had? And why was it? I had to really look down and ask myself deep down inside, why is that? And the answer I came up with in myself is I was afraid people would think that I was out to get them or some sort of telemarketer or scammer. And it was easier if people didn't answer the phone and I left them a message. And I would get calls back when I left the script. Hi, this is David Church, trying to reach John. John, I just want to confirm the 123 Main Street address. I'm calling about the Bank of America account. It's gone dormant. It hasn't been touched in this amount of time. Please call me. I'm with JD Vista and I'd like to help you. I've been assigned this file. That is a lot more credible on the messages. And people would call me back and I'd be like, okay, wow. People are definitely interested. Like if they think that you are real, people are interested. The first bit of advice I would say is stick to the script and have your goal. Know what your goal is, the mission you want. Now, are you going to accomplish every mission? Absolutely not, which comes with mission number 2. Mission number 2 is have a set target of what you want to be able to do by the end of the day and by the end of the week. Now, a lot of people say, oh yeah, I want to make money. I want to do this. Well, I do too. But do I want to get 2 deals under contract in 1 week? That's very doable. How many calls do I have to make a day? 10 calls, and that doesn't have to be a day, but for every 10 calls, you should get at least 2 contracts. For every 30 calls, you should get somewhere between a 20% immediate response and more like a 30 to 50% long-term response. And what I mean is if I call 30 people in a week, I should have at least 6 of those that are possibilities where I've talked with, I've introduced them to it. They want to see more. They want to go to step 2, which is showing them the data. Then the other people I should call and I should leave messages for, and then call them back again if they don't pick up. And my most successful warriors that come in the program, the people that I see that get the most deal, like one guy owned a trucking company in Fresno, California, very successful businessman. What he does is he calls in the morning and then again in the afternoon. So say from 9 to 10 he calls. He'll try the numbers that he didn't reach, then he'll try them again like maybe from 4 to 5, and he'll just say, hey, I tried to reach you earlier, don't know if you got my message. And again, this is a discipline. It's like you work full time and you go in every single day, you do the job that you're required to do, and then you leave at the end of the day. You need to set up that system for yourself, knowing that you're working on commission and knowing that you're in a completely different ballgame. It amazed me at one point, like making $100,000 a year outside of my job seemed like the most impossible thing in the world. Now, it's like, if I only made 100,000, it's like, wow, ouch, that would hurt, you know? And I'm not saying that to boast. I'm saying you've got to have missions, you've got to have targets, and you've got to have responses of what you want to be able to do and how you're going to achieve those. So when I'm calling up John Smith, my goal is to get him $30,000 that he didn't know he had. So I've gone over the script. Now, let's say that John Smith says, yeah, David, let's go and do the deal. I'm very interested. and I call him to confirm the contracts, and I don't hear back from him. My first bit of advice would be to call him in a regular rotation. Could be every day, could be every other day, could be once a week. I just got a contract back. I just got paid out on the deal for $2,900. This one right here, and I just show this one, and I've shown you a lot. This actually I got in the beginning of the year, even though it stayed at the very end of 2021. It was actually a hiccup in the mail with some of the issues that went on with that. The guy didn't call me back for 4 months. So is it possible? 100%. So that's a guy who we had to go 4 months before we actually collected payment from, and then we got payment. Also, everyone, I want to say that your comments on my channels are leading me to film these kind of videos, and I like them because I go in and I see a lot of people talking about state funds, and it's like, okay, you're talking about state funds. Right here's a state funds check. Right here's a state funds check. Right here's a state funds check. And I've gone over a lot of these on my videos on some of these checks. Some are great, some are small. I have other checks in here too, but how many people are, these are immediate ones. Here's a check, here's another check, but I've got several checks, and I don't talk about every single one on my YouTube videos, but how many people are actually talking about this, and then how many people are actually doing it? And one thing about Warriors that I love is in this business, we're all actually doing the business. We're all involved in the business, and we're actually doing the business. So I would say have a follow-up sequence with John Smith, and I'm obviously that's the name I'm making up here. And I would say keep on calling him, keep on notifying him, let him know that you're still interested. After 4 or 5 times, maybe try him from a different number, really try to corner him and just say, hey, is there a reason why I haven't gotten this check back? Make sure the more professional your email and the more professional your demeanor is big. And I've talked about this before. I had a young man almost at the same time and a young lady in the program, and the lady wasn't getting any emails back, and she was following my script exactly, and I said, forward this over to me. And I looked at her email, and it was, I told her I hadn't gotten the email. It was something like hotlips19@gmail.com. Well, heck, I'll tell you right there, I wouldn't open that either. And the boy, the same thing, or the guy, the young man, he was 19. It was like badass19@gmail.com, something like that. If you have a website or a domain, you get them fairly cheap at GoDaddy. Google has some information where you could just upload a website almost free, and some sort of and if you don't do that, do a recovery name at Gmail. That's better than the names I gave you, or something else, even like some of the other emails out there. But be as professional as possible on it and keep on trying the people back. I think a lot of people want to do business with other people like me or you or whoever's informing them. I think they're afraid to because they're so, I mean, how many times have you gotten a call saying that they're from the IRS and that you're delinquent on taxes, and you even call and they even answer and say IRS, which is so stupid. They prey on elderly. How many times have you gotten a call saying that your car warranty was about to expire, or that you can consolidate credit card debt? And my wife gets mad at me because I will totally have these people going and then get them to hang up because I want them to get me off their stupid list. I mean, I don't pick up the cell phone a whole lot, but that's who you're competing with. The hard part is you're the real deal. The other day I called up, and it was on one of my Monday cold calls, and I called up and I got a hold of a woman who was a relative, and she said to me, I'm an attorney, I'm not going to use you, I'm going to go around you, and I'm going to go ahead and get him paid. I don't need someone like you. Thank you for telling me about this. Hung up the phone. And a lot of people were like, oh, that lady, that person. And I said, no. I said, guys, yeah, did that sting a little bit? I'd be lying if I said it wasn't what I wanted to hear, but it was. And I say it was because I would rather her say that to me than I'll use you to get this deal and then go and get the deal without me. So I would rather someone be very, very candid and upfront and honest with me than it's to string me along like they were going to get me a deal and then not get the deal. And you're going to have that. You're going to have some people that say, yeah, that you're never going to hear from again. It's in my percentages. It happens. And I mean, I wish I could say it didn't. And I've had people come into the program, and I've had people get a large deal that hasn't gone through, and it's crushing to them because it's almost like it crushes me. But I've had so many people come through the program and they're getting these large checks, they're successful, they start off small, then they work their way up, and they watch my YouTube videos regularly. You're gonna get yeses, and then you're gonna get people that string you along. Think about a car salesman, and he's walking someone through the lot, and he or she's convincing them to buy the car, and the person's like, yeah, this looks great. They test drive it, and they're sitting down with the finance guy, and then they get up and they walk out. Did they agree to buy the car? Well, not until they actually sign the paper and give their down payment. It's a fair game. Until you get that contract back, it's fair game. But you get those people that are on the fence, and they're not sure, and that should be in your statistic ratio. And I have a whole video on CRMs on Trello and how I use Trello. I would use a CRM where people who've given you the verbal agreements that haven't come forward, and I would continue to call them. I mean, how many times have you were going to buy something and you were on the fence, and then you actually ended up circling around and going out and buying it a second or third time? And that's what you really want to think on. Hey everyone, again, I want to thank you for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I love it. If you haven't, click the link down below. Click the notification link and continue to give me your feedback on what's helpful to you, because I want to be reaching the videos that'll help you guys in your business. In my program, out of my program, I would love for you to get the help that you need to get, and I think I'm doing that. All right, I'll see you guys later. Thank you.